Welcome back to another exciting episode of A Few Minutes in Voice. This week I'm going to be reviewing one skill called 123 Math. The developer Shanton actually reached out to me and asked me to do a review for it. And I said sure, and I actually went ahead over to the skill store and took a look at it, and this thing is off the charts. It has a 4.5 out of 5-star rating and has nearly 1,100 reviews. So at first, a few things caught my eye about this skill as I started using it. It is APL compatible, so it looks beautiful on display devices with a touch interface. And the invocation name stuck out to me. So the invocation name for this is 123. Now that to me is just ingenious, because when a person is thinking about an invocation name for a skill, they want to use something simple, they want to use something easy, they want to use something that's people would say every single day. And for me, that is definitely 123. So my hat goes off to him for using and exploiting such of a simple but creative invocation name. So excellent job on that. In addition, this skill does have in-skill purchases, and I don't really know how those are all doing. I mean, I have a few out there, and I may make a few dollars a month off of them, but I wish this guy all the luck. And if he's got 1,000 reviews, and based on my experience, I would say maybe 10% of all people who use the skill actually leave a review. This skill is probably doing very, very well. There's a few different challenge levels: easy, medium, hard. You run through a range of questions, Paul has 3 cheeseburgers, Beth has 5. How many cheeseburgers are there in total? So on and so forth like that. The presentation is awesome. Just the way that the skill looks, the way that it handles, the way that it operates, the skill cards that are produced. I do have one suggestion though for him, and I don't know, I think this might be a simple oversight. So whenever you're actually in the Amazon Alexa website, because you can actually dial up that website and go to it and see your devices. Or not your devices, but, skills. You could shop for skills. You can go to your contacts, the whole 9 yards. He doesn't have the cores configured. And this is a real simple and easy fix. If you go and you put include skill cards in response into Google, it's going to take you to the Amazon.developer website, and it'll show you the cores configuration. And then what you do is you save that to the permissions of your S3 bucket, and then those images will then pop up inside of the web browser. So until you do that, it'll say no image found. And that's something small, but other than that, I mean, this thing's like an A+ across the board. I even had my daughter doing a little bit of it, and she was getting it. Kids are a little bit shy around these devices, but especially because it's not like an iPad or an iPhone where it's talking, it's talking back to you. It's not one way where you're just pressing a button and seeing the reaction. The device is actually talking back to you. So I think that intimidates some kids. But my daughter went through an entire round of it, and she enjoyed it. So I do expect great things from this skill, and I do see it probably climbing the charts no matter what category it's in. And real quick, here's something that's pretty interesting too. It's available in Australia, Canada, Great Britain, India, the US, Japan, Spanish, and that's Spanish Spain, and MX. So, I mean, overall, this is great. And I definitely recommend people giving this a shot and trying their hand at 123 Math. I will also have his biography linked up in the skill description, along with a link to the skill on the skill store, and a review will be posted for this skill on the skill store as well, once I'm done recording this podcast. As always, our sponsor is VSI, Voice Skills Inc. If you are in the market for a custom skill, no matter how big, small your company is, or if you just have a great idea for a skill, we can help you get on the skills store. We want to make sure that everybody who has a good idea has the ability to exploit that idea and put it on the platform. Okay, so with that being said, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We have a Few Minutes in Voice Facebook group. Be sure to leave this podcast a review wherever you get your podcast, and be sure to share it with your family and friends. And as always, this is your host, Nick, signing off. Thank you and good night.